4 high schools, 7 middle schools, 1 college, and a university, and much more. Now introducing your most comprehensive weekly local sports show in Madison County, the Richmond Register Sports Show. The Richmond Register Sports Show is brought to you by Metronet, superfast internet, simply a better connection. Central Kentucky Pressure Washing, Total Comfort, heating and air conditioning. Let Total Comfort keep you cool or warm this winter. Call for service or for a free replacement quote. And by kymedia.net, digital media solutions on your terms. Here's your host for all things local sports, the Richmond Register Sports Editor, Nathan Hutchison.
Welcome to this week's edition of the Richmond Register Sports Show. My name is Nathan Hutchinson. I'm the sports editor of the Richmond Register. We very much appreciate you guys tuning in this week. Coming up in just a few minutes, we will have Madison Southern Boys Basketball coach Austin Newton and a couple of his players on with us. They're going to talk about the season so far. They picked up a big win over Harlan County on the road on Friday night, and they will travel down to North Laurel this coming week to play a big game against Reed Shepherd and the Jaguars. But as we always do, we like to start off the show with a recap of the week that was in Madison County sports, and we got a ton of stuff to get to. We'll start off with EKU men's basketball. Of course, the Colonels came into this week 0-4 in the Atlantic Sun, last place in the Western Division of that conference. Wrapped up a 3-game homestand with 2 very, very important games this week at Berea Arena, and we're able to come up with 2 victories. And a lot of drama going along with this, but we'll explain that as we go along. So Tuesday night, Lipscomb comes into town. We found out right before the game that EKU did not have their leading scorer, Jansen Williams, in the lineup. He had been out with some health and safety protocol issues a while back and had returned to the lineup, but has since had some complications. So he was not in the lineup, but the Colonels were still able to pick up an 86-72 win over Lipscomb. 5 players in double figures. EKU was 16 of 37 from the three-point range. Tariq Baligan and Michael Moreno, 16 points each. Kurt Lewis, 14 points. Devontae Blanton, 13 points and 13 rebounds. And Braxton Beverly with 11 points and 13 assists as EKU picked up its first ever Atlantic Sun victory. And after the game, here's Braxton Beverly and Tariq Baligan talking about the historic win.
It just feels great, it's good to have our first win in the conference. I feel like we've been in a little bit of a slump, but we've had a lot of adversity. I feel like we're starting to overcome that, and I really think that we can still make a big push in this league and even still win this league. So I'm really happy with the team. I have like my teammates, coaches. I feel like we're heading in the right path. So.
And Braxton, you were with us the last game. You look drastically different post game this time than last game as well. So just the feeling of finally getting that ace on the win, and how everything's clicked tonight for you guys.
Like you said, it feels great. We've been dying for this first win. So it feels great to get it. And I think today we were just really unselfish. We was making an extra pass. We was getting good shots. Reed got 3 or 4 dunks. Wardy got 3 or 4 dunks. It was hitting the right guys. Always looking to make the extra play. And not trying to do too much individually. I think that was a huge key for us coming into it. So.
Well, the Colonels returned to action on Saturday at Berea Arena, and unfortunately, the young man we just heard from there, Braxton Beverly, was not in the starting lineup. Friday in practice, just driving through the lane on a normal routine layup, landed on the foot, heard a pop, and he was not in the lineup Saturday. And going forward, we're not really sure what his status is, but even without Jansen Williams or Braxton Beverly in the lineup, EKU was still able to pick up a 67-58 win over North Florida. Got off to a bit of a slow start. The EKU missed 8 of its first 11 shots, but then used a 19-0 run in the first half to take the lead, and really never were threatened after that. It was Devontae Blanton with 21 points and 9 rebounds, Jamaro Brown with 12 points, and after the game, here is Devontae Blanton and Michael Wardy talking about the win.
Yeah, this whole year we've been, fighting through adversity. Everybody been out. We've been unfortunate with people having injuries and COVID. We just had to learn how to fight through it and just find a way to win.
How do you guys adjust your offense without those 2 guys out there? Obviously it's not quite what we're used to seeing out of you guys. A little bit slower, a little more deliberate, but obviously very effective though.
Yeah, just taking care and valuing possessions. That's really what we gotta do with our leading point guard out, our center out. We just gotta try to find a way to limit bad shots and try to slow down the game a little bit.
Michael, any adjustments you guys had to make?
I think with Braxton and Jansen being out, we lost a little bit of shooting, but Shad stepped up and me and Reek stepped up and we slowed it down and changed up a little bit, and we still got the job done.
Well, the Colonels attempted just 23 pointers in that game against North Florida, which, of course, if you know the style of play that A.W. Hamilton likes to play over there, that's an incredibly low number. But without Braxton Beverly and Jansen Williams in the lineup, the Colonels certainly went to a much slower-paced offense, much more much more dramatically different than what we're used to, but still able to pick up a very, very good, much-needed win. 45% shooting for the Colonels. And after the game, here is A.W. Hamilton talking about not only the win, but about a lot of adversity his team has been through so far this season.
I thought Mike Allen, our assistant coach, he did a really good job preparing these guys, especially guarding the roll replace action. Guys did a great job following the scouting report. And then, we turned them over 22 times and came up with 12 steals. So we were really good defensively. It wasn't our best offensive game. We moved the ball. We come up with 17 assists. We were only able to get up 23s, but now we're different. We were different tonight. You're without Braxton. You're without Jansen. Those are two big-time shooters. And so we had to find a different way to win the game. I thought Tay Blanton was tremendous. Shad was tremendous moving the basketball. He has 8 assists. And Cooper Rob's a winner. That kid's a winner. And, sometimes the stuff that he brings to a team you don't see in the stat sheet. And then when we went on that run in the first half, Jamal Brown was really good. That was Jamal Brown. He moved the ball. He let the game come to him. And he gave us that lift that we needed. So this is a good win for us. Again, we dug ourselves a hole in league play, and we still got some work to do, but we just got to continue to battle through this adversity. Yesterday at practice, Nathan, Braxton just drove down the lane, didn't get hit, and there's no contact. And here's a pop in his foot. And, it's just, that's what's been happening to us this year. It's been one thing after another. So it breaks my heart for Braxton, breaks my heart for the team, but we just got to keep going. And we got to keep battling through this adversity. There's no team in the country that's been through as much adversity as us. There's no way. And I'm proud of our guys. We're going to keep fighting and getting better. And, we're going to, play EKU basketball.
All right. Well, a little bit later in that post-game press conference, A.W. Hamilton did say that he did comment a little bit more about the status of Braxton Beverly. And unfortunately, he said there is a real fear that he may have played his last ever college game. So that foot injury looks like it could be something very serious. But two much needed wins for the Colonels this week to get them to 10-10 on the season, 2-4 in the Atlantic Sun. Very tough week coming up. Long trip. Thursday they're at Florida Gulf Coast, which is in Fort Myers, and then on Saturday they're in Stetson. So two long trips. They are going to fly down there though, so that is good. So EKU women also were wrapped up a 3-game homestand with a pair of games last week. Same opponents as the men on Wednesday. The women rolled to a 77-41 win over Lipscomb, and then on Saturday suffered a 78-64 loss to North Florida. They're now 10-9 on the season, 3-3 in the Atlantic Sun. We'll start off with the Lipscomb game, and that was EKU's biggest margin of victory in a conference game in almost 15 years. Jumped out to a 20-6 lead. It was 40-22 at the half. They held Lipscomb to just 14 field goals, and 11 different EKU players scored. Jayla Johnson, 17 points. Emma Hackler with 14 points as well. On Saturday against North Florida, the Colonels never really could find an offensive groove, shot just 33%. North Florida iced the game in the fourth quarter with some good free throw shooting. They hit 16 of 19 free throws in the final 10 minutes and shot 53% from the field overall. It was Alice Recanati with 16 points, Bria Bass, Emma Hacker, and Kayra Freeman with 10 points each for EKU. And after the loss to North Florida on Saturday, we got a chance to talk to EKU head coach Greg Todd.
We missed a lot of shots, and the hustle. I think the hustle effort at times was good on the defensive end. I mean, we were able to turn them over 23 times, but we came back and turned it over 21 times. ourselves, and just didn't have a stretch where we got an 8 or 10-0 run to the level that we needed. We had a few small stretches there, made a nice little run into half, but they got a nice team, and I think their side, their division, East Division, is very strong, top to bottom. So we just have to go back in, practice, and know we're in for a very difficult, tough road trip, but looking forward to getting better this week.
All right, well, the KU women head out on the same road trip as the men this week, Thursday at Florida Gulf Coast, who is considered the heavy favorite to win the ASUN title, and then Saturday at Stetson. Other college basketball action from across Madison County. Berea College women just keep on rolling, 9 straight wins, 16-3 on the season, 9-0 in the ASUN. Picked up wins on Wednesday at home over Campbellsville University Harrodsburg, 76-56. On Saturday, they picked up a win at Wesleyan College, 77-34, and then on Sunday they picked up a road win over Agnes Scott. That's 13 straight wins against USA South rivals, a streak that dates back a couple of years now, and they'll be back in action Wednesday against Maryville, another USA South rival, at the Seabury Center. In that win over Campbellsville University Harrodsburg on Wednesday, it was Destiny Combs with 23 points and 12 rebounds, and then on the Saturday win at Wesleyan, it was Bailey Vanover with 19 points and Aaliyah Hampton with 19 points as well. Berea College men heading in the other direction, unfortunately. 5th straight loss for them. They played 2 games last week and couldn't come up with a win in either one. They're now 4-10 on the season. 0-3 in the USA South. On Wednesday was an 80-61 loss at home to Maryville. Then on Saturday it was a 69-67 loss at home to Brevard. Both those games, Trey Minner had 25 points. In the loss to Brevard, they battled back from a 17-point first half deficit to actually take the lead in the second half, but could not hold on for the victory. They'll be back in action Tuesday at home against USA South rival Covenant College. High school girls action on the hardwood. Berea Community goes to 16-2. They picked up, split a pair of games this week as they get ready for the All-A State Tournament coming up this week. On Tuesday, went over to Franklin County and played one of the better teams in the 11th region and suffered a 59-46 loss. And then Saturday at home, the Lady Pirates picked up a 57-37 win over Wayne County. The loss to Franklin County on Tuesday was their first against an in-state opponent all year. Franklin County lived at the free throw line, 29 of 36, and Berea College shot just 26.7% from the field. It was Maddie Stepp and Chesney Levens with 11 points each. But the Lady Pirates bounced back in a big way on Saturday. Madison Howell had 27 points in the win over Wayne County. Alexis Newman had 11 points, and Berea shot 48% from the field. Lady Pirates, of course, headed to their 4th straight All-A State Tournament. They will open play in that event Wednesday at 5 o'clock at Berea Arena against Owensboro Catholic. And we had a chance to talk to Coach Damian Stepp and Isis Rogers not only about the win over Wayne County, but looking forward to another trip to McBrayer Arena.
Hi, we're here at Berea Community School where the Lady Pirates have picked up a 57-37 win over Wayne County. Coach Damian Stepp, that's Isis Rogers. Congratulations.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, last game before the All-A, Coach. Times there you've got a little on the girls a little bit, but overall pretty solid performance.
Yeah, I mean, we're just trying to kind of set the tone for what we're looking for, what we want to try to do in that first round of the All-A. We know that we got a really top-notch opponent in Owensboro Catholic, and so in that we know that we're going to kind of pick up our pace a little bit defensively, get a little more aggressive, and so I think for the most part we did that today. But moments when we kind of weren't getting that, I just kind of getting after them, trying to serve as a reminder, just to keep that goal in mind that we got to get more aggressive. We really want to defend and kind of get into that mode, for this game coming up on Wednesday. So.
Isis, final tune-up before the All-A. Where's your guys' mindsets right now heading into the big showdown at McBrayer Arena Wednesday?
Just winning it, working hard in practice. He has us doing new drills so that we're more of like an aggressive team defensively and just having that mindset going in. So we're just excited.
Okay. Coach, give us a little bit more info on Owensboro Catholic. That is what you play Wednesday at 5 o'clock over at McBrayer?
Yeah. So Owensboro Catholic, probably the best team in their top 3 team in their region. They're going to be very aggressive. Their size is mixed, but team size is pretty good across the board. They're going to be physical, play some man. they're gonna come at you early and often, I think, with pressure. And we're really focusing on in our practice and preparation, kind of handling that pressure, getting through that pressure, but then having the wherewithal to kind of settle back in and then execute your stuff. And if anything, that's what pressure does. A lot of times it'll cause you to rush, get down on the other end, settle for a quick shot or a shot that's not necessarily what you're looking for. And so, I think that that's going to be the thing is handling their pressure. And I'm not sure that we've seen, maybe outside of Franklin County, I'm not sure we've seen anybody that probably is at this point that's probably going to be able to be as physical as they are.
Nice fourth straight year back over at Berea for the All-A. It's become a tradition. I'm sure it's a lot of fun.
Well, good luck to the Lady Pirates this week as they're here in McBrayer Arena, looking to, they got to the semifinals of the All-A State tournament last year and looking to do the same thing again this year. But once again, 5 o'clock Wednesday against Owensboro Catholic. In other high school girls action, Madison Southern Lady Eagles had 3 games last week. On Tuesday, they suffered a 51-41 loss at home to Henry Clay, but then they bounced back with a pair of really good wins. On Thursday, they beat Great Crossing at home 56-43, and then Friday went on the road and picked up a 55-29 win at Lincoln County. They're 12-7 on the season. Against Henry Clay, just never could get anything going offensively. 0 of 13 from three-point range, shot just 21% from the field. Morgan Flannery did have 10 points in that win. They played Great Crossing on Thursday night in a rematch of a game from the 11th Region Tournament last year, which the Lady Eagles won. And great performance from Jada Carter, 10 points and a school record 24 rebounds. She was everywhere. It was just really fun to watch. So congratulations to her on that record. And after the game, we got a chance to talk to head coach Josh Curtis and Jada Carter.
We're here at Madison Southern High School where the Lady Eagles have picked up a 56-43 win over Great Crossing. That's Coach Josh Curtis. That's Jada Carter. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Coach, I know Tuesday night was kind of disappointing. The Henry Clay loss. Only scored 41 points. You guys were 0 of 13 from three-point range. Not very good offensively. Much better tonight.
Yeah, it was night and day. We talked about that. We talked about the next day, just moving on from it. Nobody's going to remember that game, but they will remember the response to that game. And I think tonight we responded in the biggest way we could have.
Yeah, Jada, what did you guys take from that game, and how did you kind of bounce back from a lackluster performance there?
We just got to take from it, we got to let things go. Sometimes we let the bad just soak in. We just got to let it go, have fun, and do what we do best.
You were putting in work out there. 10 points, 24 rebounds, is that what it was? 24 rebounds?
Yeah, that's right.
Just talk about the role you've taken on, especially with Reese out of the line, and now you've really taken on the role as kind of one of the interior players.
Yeah, it's been difficult because you can't tell. I'm only like 5'6", 5'7", and so I'm playing against girls that are taller than me. So it's just really more like I got to make up for it in like effort and going after the ball and controlling what I can control. I can't control that they're taller than me. I can control that I can get after the ball when they don't want to.
Yeah, a little extra juice to this game, considering this was a team you guys played in the 11th Region Tournament last year.
Yeah.
And beat.
Yeah.
All right, Coach. Well, kind of moving forward now, how do you feel about where your team is right now?
I feel good. We still need to shoot the ball better from 3 and from the free throw line, but it's improving each game. And we know it's not going to be an overnight thing, so we need to continue to see the ball go in. We just need to keep getting better each day. Wins or losses, regardless of practice games, we just need to keep improving and getting better.
Maybe a better free throw shooting too.
Maybe.
Hey, you still won though. That's all that matters.
Exactly. Well, thank you.
You got to the line a lot.
We did.
You missed a few, but you made some too.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Well, then on Friday night, the Lady Eagles went over to Lincoln County and rolled to a big win, and it was Ashlyn Eastep with 19 points as the Lady Eagles shot 48.9% from the field in a big victory over Lincoln County. Madison Southern will be back in action Monday at Casey County. Madison Central's girls got a couple of games in this week. They had not played in a long time, but they finally got back on the court Friday. Went up to Bryan Station and picked up a 69-56 win. And then Saturday at home, were handed a 56-48 loss by Henry Clay. In the win over Bryan Station, they were 30 of 47 from the free throw line, and that snapped a 3-game losing streak for them. Bailey Hensley, 18 points, 14 rebounds, and it was the first win for the Lady Indians since December 21st. Eden Carter, 15 points, 7 steals. Brittany Campbell, 13 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, and Kendall Kleins with 10 points. In the game Saturday against Henry Clay, it was Bailey Hensley with 19 points and 11 rebounds, and Kessany Melton with 10 points. The Lady Indians will be back in action Tuesday at home against West Jessamine. Model Lady Patriots did not get a game in this week. They were scheduled to get a couple of games, but in this COVID world that we live in, you never know what the schedule holds. They had a couple of games canceled and have not played a game since they lost to Berea in the All-A, the 11th Region All-A tournament a couple of weeks ago. So they are scheduled to be back in action Monday at Fern Creek, and the Lady Patriots are 12-6 on the season. Madison Southern Boys Basketball team had just one game this week, but it was a really good win. Went over to Harlan County and picked up a 60-58 win over a top 25 ranked team. It was Nate Turner with the game-winning basket with 4 seconds left. Jay Rose, 31 points on 11 of 20 shooting, including 6 of 6 from the free throw line. He also had 6 rebounds. Nate Turner finished with 12 points and 8 rebounds. Brett Ursulin with 7 points. Braden Hudson with 6 points and 6 assists. One of the biggest wins of the season for them. They are now, they won 3 of their last 4, and like we said at the beginning of the show, they'll be heading down to North Laurel on Tuesday night to take on the powerful Jaguars. Madison Central boys basketball team had a couple of games this week. Wednesday picked up a 71-50 win at home over West Jessamine, and then on Friday went up to Covington Catholic and suffered a 68-52 loss. In the win over West Jessamine, they had Jalen Davis back in the lineup after he missed a game because of a sprained ankle. And Jalen Davis had 21 points, and Will Harden had 23 points. Trey Skaggs had 14 points. Central shot 45% from the field and really was in control the whole way against the Colts. In the loss to Covington Catholic, Central shot just 38%. They were 2 of 16 from three-point range. It was Robbie Todd with 19 points, Will Harden with 14 points, and Jalen Davis with 12 points. Indians will be back in action Tuesday at home against Lincoln County. A couple of games for the Berea Community Pirates. On Friday, they suffered a 54-41 loss at home to Barberville, and then on Saturday suffered an 80-69 loss on the road at Robertson County. In the loss to Barberville, it was Sean Catt with 16 points and Trenton Wilson with 10 points. And in the loss to Robertson County, it was Quentin Morgan with 21 points and Cameron Puckett with 20 points. The Pirates will be back in action Tuesday at Rock Castle. They are now 4-14 on the season. Model boys played 3 games this week and weren't able to come up with a win in any of those, unfortunately. On Tuesday, it was a 50-36 loss at Bergen. On Friday, it was a 69-44 loss at home to Jackson County. And on Saturday, a 74-41 loss at home to Boone County. In the loss to Bergen, it was Keshav Bondari with 11 points. In the loss to Jackson County, it was Thomas Luxon with 15 points and Keshav Bondari with 12 points. And in the loss to Boone County, it was Keshav Bondari with 13 points and Cale Vickers with 8 points. Patriots are now 3-14 on the season, and then we'll be back in action Monday at Danville Christian. A couple of non-basketball notes here at the end of the show, the end of the wrap-up. Kentucky High School Diving Invitational was Saturday at the University of Kentucky. This features some of the best divers from across the state. The top 5 finishers from last year's state diving meet were all there, the KHSAA state championship from last year. And it was Madison Southern's Reagan Patterson taking first place. Lainey Patterson from Madison Southern also finishing 5th, and Madison Southern as a team took the overall title. Going into the final dive, Reagan was down 4 points, put together a great dive, which vaulted her past Caitlin Calvary of Louisville to pick up the title. So congratulations to Reagan Patterson. Some wrestling notes. The Madison Southern wrestling team was at the Capital City Classic on Saturday in Frankfort. Rocky Whitehead, Stephen Whitehead, and Chris Begley all won their weight classes. Rocky and Stephen are still undefeated on the season, and Braden Kelly took second place as well. And Madison Central wrestling team was at the Legends Duel Saturday in Louisville. Jeffrey Kinley, Marcus Hutchinson, and Kyron Jackson all went undefeated on the day. And the Indians got into the final and lost to number 1 ranked Union County. Central is 20-5 on the season, and they'll return to action this Saturday at the state duels over at Anderson County. On Friday night here in Richmond, 4 new members were inducted into the Model Lab School Athletic Hall of Fame. Beverly Acker-Lenz, Barb Schaefer, Chuck Gibson, and Dr. John Rowland. And we were there, and we got some video to show you from that ceremony and a chance to talk to 3 of the 4 inductees. Unfortunately, Mr. John Rowlett could not be there because of some health issues, but got a chance to talk to everyone else, so check it out.
I came in 1989. I started with Kelly Ambrose, who I dearly love. Kelly has since passed away. But Kelly and I had a great relationship. We had a lot of fun. And you know, that's the best part about this job. It was always fun. Were there difficult times? Yes. It wasn't always a bed of roses. Money was always a frustration. You know, trying to make sure teams had uniforms, meeting deadlines. I mean, there were stressors to this job. There's no doubt about it. Just the time it takes. You're here from the morning till 11 o'clock at night most nights. And I was very lucky. Both my girls came through model. Most played on my team, so they were with me. So in many ways, my kids thought that I was a stay-at-home mom because we went to school together and we left school together. I have just really fond memories of the kids and students. I loved the kids here.
That's right. Late 70s. Gosh, I played it pretty much all of my youth, you know, and then had the opportunity to play here at Model, and we had a really great coach, Gordon Browning, back then, and I was lucky in that my class and the class 1 year ahead of me had good tennis players, and so we were very competitive. And but it helped us, I think, you know, be better players, and we were all good friends, and that was a lot of fun. And didn't realize what we had, you know, at the time, but we actually had a really good team. So I started playing, gosh, when I was probably 12 years old, and then I remember I got the opportunity to play a varsity model match, you know, tennis match when I was in the 8th grade, and I thought that was the bomb, you know, kind of cool. And then after that, I got to play all 4 years while I was at Model. And then, of course, you know, John Rowlett and I, who unfortunately can't be here tonight, we were able to team up. He was a senior, I was a junior, and nobody thought we'd have a chance to win the doubles title in that year. And we surprised a few folks and were able to pull that off. So it was a lot of fun.
Everything. Yeah. I wouldn't be here today, I mean, doing what I do in life, even if it weren't for swimming. When it all started here, I was actually ready to quit swimming and start playing basketball when Tim Cahill came, and that was my 8th grade year, and they talked me into staying one more year and just giving it a try. And yeah, it was amazing. And with Tim's help and a friend of his, Coach Behrens was another one of my coaches. If it weren't for them, I wouldn't have had all the accomplishments I did, and I'm convinced that's how I, you know, became what I am today. So it's been wonderful. And Tim was always so wonderful and so motivating, and really helped us all to achieve our best. Motivated through the positive, for sure.
All right, well, congratulations to all the newest members of the Model Lab Athletic Hall of Fame, especially Barb Schaefer. I've known her for a long time. She's a really awesome person, and I've known her, seems like forever. So congratulations to Barb and everybody else there as well. So coming up after this break, we're going to be joined by Austin Newton, head coach of the Madison Southern Boys Basketball program, and also the boys golf team there. We're going to talk a little golf too. I know it's January and it's cold. We'll talk a little bit of golf. The KHSA changed some things with the golf, and so it'll be interesting to get his take on that as well. And we got a whole bunch of players here as well, so it's going to be a lot of fun to sit down and talk with them. And I may have to even mess up my hair and put on a hat here in a minute, but you have to find out what that is. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Get the Richmond Register directly to your mailbox, or get the app online and visit richmondregister.com. The Richmond Register Sports Show is brought to you by Metronet, superfast internet, simply a better connection. Central Kentucky Pressure Washing. Total Comfort, heating and air conditioning. Let Total Comfort keep you cool or warm this winter. Call for service or for a free replacement quote. And by kymedia.net, digital media solutions on your terms.
Hey Madison County, I'm Emma Rupert here at the Citrus Bowl, and I just want to say hi to everyone back home. Go Cats!
Well, all right, welcome back. We are joined by our old friend, Madison Southern Boys Basketball coach Austin Newton. Thanks for coming by.
Appreciate you having me on.
All right, no problem at all. Guys coming off a big win Friday night over at Harlan County. They're a top 25 team, deep in the woods down there, but a good win for you guys, 12-6 on the season right now. So
yes, sir.
Things going pretty good?
Going well, yeah. That was a huge win for us on Friday night. So we played last Saturday at Bull County, and then with the snow, we had the whole week off. And to be honest, maybe myself and some of our guys were maybe thinking we didn't want to go to Harlan County because it was going to snow. And we know that teams that usually go to Harlan County don't come out with a win. So we went from kind of not wanting to go and hoping that it was going to snow to changing our mindset, and just we approached it that we get to go to Harlan County, we get to play a great team, and we get to test ourselves. And we felt really good about that one.
Yeah, played a lot of top 25 teams this year, and they come close. Bull was close. You played Central tough, and this was finally the first one you were able to get.
That's right. And I was thinking back over the years, we've had a few close ones that we just haven't got over the top. So this past summer, we played a lot of really good teams, a lot of good 11th region teams that we beat. And of course, moving forward into the season, we're without Walter Smith, and then Zach Hudson breaks his wrist. Second game of the year. We thought we were going to have Trent DeVries back. So our team's just a lot different from the successful team we had this summer. So like you said, we've played a lot of top 25 teams, and we've been really close, not only this year, but over the last couple years. And that win the other night to win at Harlan County, I think that gives our guys a lot of confidence to know that we can beat those teams.
It was a very A.W. Hamilton-like celebration in the locker room with the water, too.
Yeah,
right?
we see Coach A-Dub's celebrations on Twitter, and we've been wanting to do that for a while, and our guys had a lot of fun with it, and they deserve it. I mean, you just think about some of the things that our team's been through as far as injuries and sickness, and for them to go win that game on Friday at Harlan County, it was a really good feeling for our guys.
Yeah, I mean, you brought it up, and I was gonna go there, and you beat me to it. But in each of the last 3 seasons, you've lost a key player before the start of the season to an injury. It was Nate Turner, it was Trent Moberly, it's Walt Smith this year, and then like you said, Zach broke his wrist as well this year. So there's been a lot of bad luck around this program, but your kids just keep battling and fighting, and this adversity, and they just keep trying to keep moving forward.
They really do, and I think it's a tribute to our culture that we have guys just step in the roles. You think about a freshman, Casey Nabi, who's been starting as our point guard, who didn't play varsity last year. You got Braden Hudson, who basically played JV all last year. Nate Turner tore his ACL, didn't play at all last year, playing meaningful minutes. So we've got guys playing a lot of minutes, meaningful minutes, winning minutes for us that just don't have the experience. And I think it's a tribute to our culture of, hey, we expect to win these games now. And the more we can keep preaching that, and our guys realize that, even our freshmen and guys that played JV last year, like when they go into a game expecting to win, that means a lot. And so you talked about our schedule. We played, it just so happened to work out that we're playing 3 top 25 teams in a row on the road. We went to Bull County, we went to Harlan County and won, then we got to go to North Laurel this Tuesday night to play them. So we're definitely testing ourselves, but again, we have that mindset that we're going to win the game.
Yeah, and you guys had so much bad luck, and it was you thought there was even more bad news. The Boyle County game, Braden goes flying into the bleachers, and you texted me after the game, and you said, I think his ankle's broken, but luckily it was not. So.
Thought he was paralyzed, to be honest with you. I mean, he hit hard into the bleachers, and we were all scared to death, and there was literally a 10-minute delay in the game there where he laid there, and he's trying to catch his breath, and thought his ankle was broke. Their trainer thought his ankle was broke, and ended up going to the hospital that night. And finally, some good news for the Eagles that he was fine, and we had a game get delayed on Tuesday because of snow, and I kept asking Braden, I was like, hey, how you feeling? And he's like, I think I could be back in a couple days. So that was very reassuring, but it also says something about his toughness level. So we were watching film of our game from Friday night against Harlan County, and he drives it in to the bucket, and he gets fouled really hard, and I mean, he hits the floor, and you could just hear it echo through the gym, how hard he hit. He bounces right back up, and then he makes a great play on an underneath out of bounds, like a winning play to win the game. So it just speaks to his toughness level for him to do those things.
Yeah. Do you think you'll have his brother back this year, or is he?
Zach got his cast off last week, and he started rehab on his wrist, and hopefully we'll get him back here right before postseason.
Awesome. Well, you guys have a unique brand of talent on this team. I mean, a lot of different players. You have a couple of big men, which and Brett's kind of an old school throwback. Back to the basket, post up kind of big man, and you got some size, which is kind of unusual for a Madison Southern team.
Absolutely, we have probably three of the biggest guys in Madison Southern history, and they're all very unique in their skill sets. So you talk about Brett the Mountain Urchlin, we call him. You can throw it in there to him, and he's, if you're playing behind him, he's going to score. He's a really good scorer in the post. He rebounds well. Nate Turner can stretch the defense. He can score inside, but he can also step out and make threes. And then Hezekiah Fogel's athleticism, the way he can defend and block shots and run the floor. Those three big guys, any high school in the state would kill for those three big guys, and we're very lucky to have them. But talk about those guys. You talk about Jay Rose, who's our leading scorer, had 31 the other night against Harlan County, and he's really evolving into not only a scorer but a leader for us on the court and making the right plays as far as getting in the lane and finding and just being a really good teammate. And so we're growing, we're evolving, and I feel really good about where we're at right now.
Yeah, can we get Jay in some kind of a dunk contest with somebody? I would love to see that.
I'm sure Jay would love to do that. He loves to dunk.
You guys have posted a lot of videos and stuff, especially back over the summer, of some pretty spectacular stuff.
Yep, he can get up, and he does work at it. To see from where he was over the summer to where he is now, some of the things that he can do athletically, and again, it speaks to his work ethic in the weight room and getting out there before and after practice and trying some new things. But we like to watch it.
Yeah. Well, you guys have had, not to mention the guys that we already talked about with injuries, but you even had some younger guys. Ashton Hazelwood has been out with an injury, so you guys have been dealt plenty of adversity.
Yeah, Ashton actually, we went to Campbellsville for a holiday classic, and my parents actually live in Campbellsville. We went and ate at their house, and we were supposed to play Glasgow that night, and we had three guys throwing up. We had injuries. Ashton Hazelwood was hurt, or he wasn't hurt. He came in. I was getting ready to get to that game where he came in and made a big shot late, but we didn't even think we were going to play that game. We were looking around, like, do we have enough to play? And so he came in and played some really big minutes, but again, he's been out with a wrist injury. We got some JV guys that have been out, so hopefully here in the next couple weeks we can heal up and have a really strong finish.
Okay, we've got lots of players who we want to talk to, but I do want to touch briefly on golf with you, because we tried to get you in here during golf season, but the schedule didn't work out. But you first year as the boys golf coach there. You had some success, and what I really want to talk to you about, though, was the changes that the KHSAA has made to the golf. I'm sure you saw those earlier this week, where there'll be you have a regional, and now there'll be 3 semi-state sites before there's an actual state beyond that. So I don't know if you've looked too much at that, or kind of what your feelings were about that.
I haven't looked too much into it. I'm on an email chain of the high school coaches going back and forth, sharing their thoughts on it.
Yeah. What's the consensus, I guess?
The consensus is everybody wants to go back to the way it was a few years ago, where I think top two and the 7 individuals. So I guess it's one of those things where if it's not broke, don't fix it. But I think all the coaches are in favor of sending more teams to the state tournament rather than just getting one. So whatever format produces that is what most coaches want, because that one team to the state tournament, that's really tough.
Yeah, especially the region we're in. I mean,
exactly.
Central or LCA or you guys, anybody could. The second place team could go up to the state and do just as well as anybody else could. But
I grew up in the Taylor County, the Greene County, that region, and it was the same way. I mean, as far as the teams, like either there was 2 or 3 teams in that region that could legitimately win the state. So it's tough when you can't make it.
You drug some of your boys basketball players out there on the golf course, didn't you?
We did have several try out. I think we ended up having 18 guys on the roster, which Berea Country Club really works with us down there. And if you're a member of the team, you get to go out there and walk the course and play whenever you want, which is a blessing for these guys. And so some of our basketball guys, I said, hey, come join the team, and if you want to work at it, go out there. And you got a great resource there at the country club. So some stuck with it, and others kind of quit on it. But it's kind of cool to see.
Yeah. People realize that you were a pretty good golfer in high school. You've told me this a few times, but you played J.B. Holmes an awful lot. You beat him a couple of times. You lost to him a lot more than you beat him, but so you had a pretty good high school golf career, too.
I actually did. I think I was much better than I actually thought. And I tell people a lot, like growing up, and it started with J.B. Holmes and kind of our our crew, Taylor County was just a hotbed of talent for golf, and it still is to this day. And I think myself and those guys kind of started that, but we were all around the same level of competition. And JB started on the varsity team in 3rd grade. That was back before the rule was put in that you had to be a 7th grader to play varsity. So
3rd grade.
Yeah, he started in the 3rd, and I started in the 5th. So from 5th grade on, we played. We shared the country club, so we played every match together.
Hey, even if you only beat him once, you could say you beat him, right?
Hey,
I mean,
that's right.
Even if he was only when you were like 11 years old, it doesn't matter, right?
That's right.
You still beat a professional golfer. Yeah.
We were playing at a regional tournament, and we both shot. It was at Maywood Country Club in Bardstown. We both shot 74, I think, and tied for the medalist and go to a playoff. Of course, he'd already won the state tournament by this point, so a regional tournament didn't mean much to him. But we go to a playoff hole. The first playoff hole, we tie. And the second playoff hole, I hit mine into about 20 feet, and he hits his over the green. So I'm up there marking my ball, and before I can get my ball marked, he had chipped, and it goes in the hole. And he makes it, and I miss my putt. So that was my real chance to kind of knock him off. But.
Yeah. Well, that's your claim to fame, right? There you go.
Yeah. Had a lot of bad beats.
Call Scott Van Pelt. Coach, appreciate you coming by. Like I said, we got the 4 players here we want to talk to. Who should we bring up for you? Want to bring up the 2 guards first? Want to bring up Jay and
I'm sure all
Brady?
of them are full of personality and life, so whoever you think.
We'll bring the guards up first. We'll bring
That sounds
up
great.
Jay and Braden. So we'll be right back in just a minute with Jay Rose and Braden Hudson.
Do you want to sponsor the weekly Richmond Register Sports Show? Contact the Richmond Register, richmondregister.com, and of course on Facebook or Twitter. The Richmond Register Sports Show is brought to you by Metronet, superfast internet, simply a better connection. Central Kentucky Pressure Washing, Total Comfort, heating and air conditioning. Let Total Comfort keep you cool or warm this winter. Call for service or for a free replacement quote. And by kymedia.net, digital media solutions on your terms.
All right, so welcome back. We're joined by Braden Hudson and Jay Rose. Thanks for coming in, guys. Appreciate you.
Thanks for having us.
Appreciate it.
Big win Friday night down in Harlan County. Tell us about it, Braden.
Like you said, we none of us, well, some of us, we thought we was going to get snowed in, and then we got there about an hour and a half early. We had a good walkthrough. We ran all of our plays pretty good, and then we all had a good mindset going before the game started, and happened to turn out really good for us.
Jay, it's a tough place to win, a place like that.
It's a tough place to win. They're a really good team. You can't take it from them. They play good, but I just feel like we moved the ball well. We shared the ball. We all penetrated the defense. We got open shots, and they just luckily fell. So we played good and got the good W.
Well, Braden, Coach talked about it just a little bit ago in the previous segment, but take us back to a couple weeks ago in Boyle County. There, you took a big fall down in the bleachers, and I guess you kind of got pushed, but we won't say that. But but you got kind of pushed into the bleachers there, and so kind of just walk us through that whole experience.
Yeah, well, I got fouled, and if I would have made the free throw, it wouldn't have happened. But I went to go get a rebound, and the next thing I know, I'm in the bleachers, and I guess my face was blue and everything. I couldn't get up, and so I had to have people carry me off the court, and I thought we were down 1 with about 2 minutes left. I thought we was going to win, but it didn't come out good for us. But we luckily moved on and got a good W.
How did you recover so quickly? I mean, what was nothing permanent damage or anything, I guess.
No, I just had a sprained thumb. Out of everything, it was just a sprained thumb, so we're all good.
Well, Coach thought you broke your ankle at first.
Yeah, it's just a big bruise. We're all good.
Yeah. Well, Jay, what were you guys thinking when you saw him down there?
Oh man, whenever he first hit that bleacher, man, I was thinking about the whole season, honestly, because of what happened with Zach Hudson, and it was giving me flashbacks, and I was pretty tore up. I couldn't really contain myself right there, and I eventually walked up to the coaches. The coaches got me right, and I was just praying for him, and luckily everything turned out good, and no hard injuries, and we moved on, and luckily we won the game against Harlan County, but Boyle County, we just lost, and it is what it is.
Yeah. Well, Braden, I mean, you guys have been through so much. Obviously, your brother with the wrist, and Walt in the preseason, and it seems like this happens a lot around you guys' program. But you guys are a resilient bunch, and you just whatever bad stuff just gets thrown at you, you guys just keep fighting.
Yeah, our team's really tough this year. Like you said, Kason Nobby, he stepped up in a big role as a freshman, and me, I didn't play a lot last year, and getting to play in the summer really helped me out a lot. And now I'm flowing into this season, and luckily me, Zach, and Jay, we got 2 more years after this, so it's going to be pretty fun.
Yeah. And you run the point a little bit too, and that's not something you really had done a lot of, right?
Yeah. I ran it. I didn't really run it in the summer because Walt was there, and then I started the first couple games as point guard, and then Kason took over once Zach got hurt, and I moved to the 2. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, Jay, you kind of stepped up your scoring this year at 31 the other night against Harlan County. Just kind of a natural growth for you, or you kind of feel a little need to step up and be a little more offensive? Or
I just feel like my teammates put me in a good spot. They moved the ball to get me open, and they just helped me out. I had to step up. I felt like it was necessary, and normally scoring just comes my way because of my teammates. They help me get open, and that's how the buckets fall right there.
Yeah. Well, we were talking about with the coach there a minute ago, but you have quite an impressive highlight reel of dunks and stuff like that. Kind of take us through how much do you work on that? Kind of which ones are your favorite? Or
I work on it a lot in the off season and during the season. The weight room really helps a lot with legs and stuff, like calf raises, all that stuff, box jumps, all that stuff helps a lot. But I got a couple dunks, like some windmills and all that. Trying to get it between the legs and stuff. But I got a couple dunks. But whatever can give me an edge on the game I play, it really helps a lot.
You guys like throwing it up to him for the alley-oop there?
Hey, I gave him one good lob this year.
Yeah, he did.
Which game was that?
LaRue County, I think.
Yeah, that's right. The least famous recipe. Yeah, I think I remember that. That one came out of nowhere too.
I know.
Yeah, it did.
It was a good throwdown.
We had a chance against Harlan County, but
we did.
He missed it.
I kind of got the pass and I jumped out a little too far, and luckily we got the rebound after it though.
Yeah. All right. Well, appreciate you guys coming by. The Eagles are 12-6 on the season. You got the big game coming up Tuesday. You guys have played against North Laurel before and Reed Shepherds, but going down there, what do you expect that environment to be like?
Like we said, we expect to win these big games now. It's going to be a good atmosphere. North Laurel, they're a really good team, obviously. They have a really good student section, so I'm really excited and looking forward to it.
Exactly what he said. I'm just excited to play against them. They got some big stars. They got some big players, and I feel like we're just as good. I feel like we got talent that's just as good. I just feel like our chemistry is really going to outweigh us through this game that we play, and hopefully we come out with a W. I'm really confident in our team.
All right. Well, good luck to you guys on Tuesday down there. But appreciate you coming in. And here in just a minute, we're going to have the Mountain over here. Brett Ursuline and Nate Turner.
Do you want to sponsor the weekly Richmond Register Sports Show? Contact the Richmond Register, richmondregister.com, and of course on Facebook or Twitter. The Richmond Register Sports Show is brought to you by Metronet, superfast internet, simply a better connection. Central Kentucky Pressure Washing, Total Comfort, heating and air conditioning. Let Total Comfort keep you cool or warm this winter. Call for service or for a free replacement quote. And by kymedia.net, digital media solutions on your terms.
Welcome back. We are joined by Madison Southern's big guys here. We got Nate Turner, Brett Ursuline. You don't like that nickname, do you?
No, I like it.
You want like Mountain? They call him the Mountain, or just Mountain. Mountain. Not the Mountain. You sure you like that? You don't like? We won't call you that if you don't like it.
I like it.
All right. What didn't have a nickname for you, Nate?
No. Big Country.
Big Country. That's
they call him.
Yeah, that works too. See, you gotta have a nickname. That's the fun part about being on a team is getting a nickname. Everything like that. So, thanks for coming in, guys. Appreciate you. It's obviously we joked we had the guards up here a minute ago. Now we have the big guys, but you guys do have a good mix on this team of perimeter players, interior players, and Brett, you're certainly a throwback in the sense that back to the basket, post up type player. You don't see that too much in high school basketball anymore.
No, I've always been a big since I was little. I've never ran any guard. I've never dribbled the ball or anything. So just back them down to the post and just shoot it. That's all I've ever known. So
hey, that's whatever works, man. Well, Nate, we talked about you earlier. With you a couple of years ago, you were one of the unfortunate growing list of people who had an injury, and you missed an entire season. So talk about the injury and the rehab, and just what it feels like to be back.
Well, the rehab is a long process and stuff, but it feels good to be back. My first few games, I was pretty nervous about it, and just a little nervous about playing on it and stuff. But after a few games, I was fine.
Yeah, that was a shame too, because you had a great year the year before you went down. You really emerged as a inside-outside threat. I mean, you can step out and hit the shot from the outside. You can go in and post up, do things on the inside as well. So it was horrible timing for you.
Yeah.
But you're back. I mean, it's senior season, so you're back for one more run, and you're doing being a pretty big contributor. You feel like you've gotten back in the rhythm of things?
Yep. I feel like I love it. I'm glad to be back.
Yeah. All right. You guys, like I said, coming off a huge win Friday night. You had the game-winning bucket with 4 seconds left. So talk about the final play there.
Well, Newton, he called a play, and I was supposed to come get it, and then didn't come get it again. I went a little bit too early, but I scored, so I don't think he was upset.
Sometimes the best plays are the unplanned ones that they don't work out the way they're supposed to. But no, I mean, Brett, how'd that feel for you guys to finally get over the hump and finally get a win against the top 25 team? You guys have been so close so many times here in the past couple of years.
Yeah, it's just like every game like we went into, like Bull County, it's like we didn't have the same mindset like going to Harlan County like we did. So it's a good win for us.
Yeah. Well, you guys are the two big guys, but neither one of you can dunk like Jay, right?
No.
Brett says he can.
Oh, okay. That's our dunk contest. We need to have
Brett and Jay.
Brett and Jay. That's what we need to have. That'd be interesting. You got maybe you got the power advantage, and he had the athleticism. He'd be more power. You can. But, we're just picking on you. That's all right though. But you guys 12-6 on the season. North Laurel Tuesday night. You guys have played them past couple of years as well. Kind of the circus that follows them around with Reed Shepherd and everything, and committed to UK and all that stuff. So going down there, kind of what do you expect that to be like?
Plan to beat them. I mean, we're gonna game plan tomorrow, so just see how it goes when we get down there Tuesday.
Yeah, you guys have played them down there before. They came to you 2 years ago or last year, and
I think we played them in the summer at North Laurel, but I don't think in the regular season we played them at North Laurel.
They came here last year.
Yeah,
they came here last year. So yeah, it's a lot of fun though. So all right, well, we had a deal, Nate. We had a deal worked out through Austin, and you didn't come up. You didn't like.
I thought it was supposed to be you.
Oh, well, I thought you were going to do it too, though. I mean, yeah, you could. You always have a cowboy hat on. Even in your senior picture at the gym, there's a cowboy hat on you. So I told Coach if you'd come, that I'd wear my old nasty cowboy hat. But you didn't bring yours.
I wore a hat.
You wore a hat. So there you go. I'll put it on just for you.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Is that a Stetson?
It's a Stetson, yeah. 4X Beaver, even though it's like 1,000 years old. But there you go. But you guys didn't wear yours. I look like an idiot. It's like I always say, we don't take ourselves too seriously on this show. So
I thought it looked pretty good.
Oh, thanks, man. Well, next time you got to have the hat.
Yeah, I'll bring it.
That's okay. You guys do have matching hats. Do you want to give a free plug to the sponsor there?
Shout out Will Chambers.
Chambers Farms, right?
Yeah, and Chambers Trucking.
Free advertising. See, that's what we're here to do. So. Well, thanks, guys, for coming in, man. I appreciate you being here.
Appreciate you.
A lot of fun to watch. I would say this, though. I should have asked Coach earlier. Can we get this guy a bigger uniform? I mean, for heaven's sake. Is that the biggest uniform you guys have got?
We have ordered it.
Gotta get him in.
It came in 6 months.
It's on a shipping container somewhere in China somewhere. He's a big man. He needs a bigger uniform. So. But no, appreciate you guys coming in. Congratulations on all your success, and good luck to you down there on Tuesday night. We pick up a win over those guys, and then the rest of the week. What do you guys got after that? You got Somerset on Wednesday at home, and
Berea Friday.
And Berea Friday at Berea College. At Berea College Friday, right? Yep. Austin's over there in case you can't see him. All right, well, that wraps up this week's edition of the Richmond Register Sports Show. Appreciate everybody watching. Of course, the place to follow us is on social media at Twitter, Richmond R Sports, or on Facebook at Register Sports. So thanks so much, and we'll see you next week.
Do you want to sponsor the weekly Richmond Register Sports Show? Contact the Richmond Register, richmondregister.com, and of course on Facebook or Twitter. The Richmond Register Sports Show is brought to you by Metronet, superfast internet, simply a better connection. Central Kentucky Pressure Washing, Total Comfort, heating and air conditioning. Let Total Comfort keep you cool or warm this winter. Call for service or for a free replacement quote. And by kymedia.net, digital media solutions on your terms. Thanks for watching the Richmond Register Sports Show. For more information about all things sports in Madison County, log on to richmondregister.com or on Twitter. And like us, Register Sports on Facebook. Get the Richmond Register directly to your mailbox or get the app online and visit richmondregister.com.